Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to describe and present a switch construction. So let's get started. Switch. First of all, what is it exactly? Simply put, the switch allows you to make a decision, like its name suggests, by switching to execute the desired part of code. So it can be used to replace an if statement. So this is simple decision maker. Okay, now we know what is it. So what more? You should know that there are two syntaxes for the switch, and I show you both. The first one is original. Let's say we've got it here. And the second has been available since JDK 13 and is also called the switch expression. So maybe I write it here. Second, so let's introduce the first one with an example. Let's say we want to display on a console the number of the month based on given number. For that, I create a variable number of month, value 1. Okay, perfect. Now the syntax of switch. Of course, we need a switch keyword, then rounded brackets, and inside we need to provide a variable. A variable that will later be adjusted to values from cases. In our case, is of course number of month. Let's say put it here, and now curly brackets as a body for our switch. Okay, now we are prepared to create our first case keyword, of course, then value number 1 and color. Okay, based on that, let's duplicate 2 times and to create the second and the third case. Okay, great. A little explanation now. While the program is running, the argument number of month will be tried to match the value of one of the cases. Okay, so if there's a match, then execute the code under that case. If not, go forward to the next case and so on, right? So in that case, we've got a match in our first case, and everything under that case, the first one, will be executed. So let's put it here, cout January, and this one will be executed. I put here and here also something, February, let's say, and March. Okay, but what if there is no match? Like in this case, let's say number 7 here. So in that case, nothing will be executed unless the default case block exists. Default case block it's optional, and we put it in the end, default, and here we can put something like this. There's no such month, for example. Okay, let's run it. And we've got the result. That's correct. There's no such month. Okay, let's back here to number 1 and run it again. Now, as you see, the result definitely is not correct. So how to fix this? Because we should get only January here, right? We need to remember to add the break keyword for each ending of the case to tell our program to exit from the switch when the job is over for particular case. So let's put it here, break. I copy this and put it here, of course. and the exception is the default block, where we don't have to put this keyword. Okay, let's run it again. And now we've got correct result. We can check for number 3 maybe also. And that's fine. Okay, so this is in brief how the switch works. Now a few more details about the types that can be provided as an argument for the switch. There are 4 primitives types: byte, short, int, and char. Also the wrapper classes, plus string and an enum. About wrapper classes and an enum type will be production in the future. So let's check this out. Let's start from byte and run it again. That's okay. Short. Okay, that's perfect too. Int we checked already. And now let's try maybe long. Long doesn't match and we've got an error here. Let's try maybe change here to match the number to the case with corresponding type, but still it doesn't work. So let's go back and hover on this variable and check what is type here. Incompatible types found: long, required, char, byte, short, int, and wrapper class like character, byte, short, integer, string, or enum. Okay, so as you see, only those type can be provided here, so please remember about that. Okay, now let's go to the second syntax. Let me copy this, copy and comment. Okay, I put it here, and now I'm going to change it a little bit. First of all, we need to change colons into arrow operators like this, and change it everywhere. Okay, this is the first step. And the second, in that syntax, the break keyword isn't needed. Okay, so we can remove it. And that's perfect. Okay, so that should be all for now. Let's check this out. I run it. Okay, we've got March, perfect. Let's change it here to number 1. January, perfect. Okay, please notice that if we pass a few values, in case it works also, let's say 5 and 7, let's say here maybe 9, something like this, and I run it. Okay, and here I'm going to change to, let's say, 5. Still you've got January, and let's try maybe 9 this time. Okay, that's correct. As you see, it works fine. So this is the thing I wanted to mention. So I go back. Okay, and one more thing. When we want to execute more than one instruction, like something like this, okay, we've got an error here because we need to provide a block here, like in curly brackets. And this should appear inside. Okay, and that's correct. Now let's check it again. Number 1, and we've got double January. That's perfect. Okay, so please remember that if you've got only one instruction, you can simply avoid the curly brackets block. But if you've got some more complex logic here, you have to provide curly bracket for certain case. And that's pretty all about switch.